In a world of shiny helmets, spandex jumpsuits, and strange monsters, these heroes force feed you a bowl of awesome that is the Tokudon Podcast. Join Carl and Rob as they haphazardly welcome you to the exciting genre of Tokusatsu. Now, open wide.
Hello, friends. How we doing?
Hi.
What's going on?
Guys.
Sorry for the double live notification. I forgot to change the information.
It's on us tonight. It's on me because I was like, let's go, and then I fell asleep, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I have this thing that I was supposed to do today.
Oh yeah,
my bad.
That thing we do every week at the same time.
Every time, it's never changing.
Week.
But for some reason, I was just like, yeah, let's go. I'll be there.
It's fine.
Just go.
It's fine. I was literally fighting falling asleep after work between then and now.
See, but you have an excuse. You were working. I was just kind of waiting for tonight, and then all of a sudden, the nearer it gets, you know what? I want to say that it was because of my dedication to this project today.
Yep, your dedication to Zebraman. That's what it was. Which is what we were talking about today on Tokudon. We checked out the movie Zebraman, directed by Takeshi Miike, and it is certainly something.
Something. I want to say, okay, first, you guys, it's a thing. It's okay, but it offers different things upon further watches. So I at least watched it once and a half.
I've watched it all of one time because the first version we found did not have subs, so that's why you watched it again.
Yeah, I tried to watch it again, and for what it's worth, the context helps a lot. Okay. Because there's stuff that I didn't know was going on because obviously the language barrier. Yeah. So it's interesting how much the little things help this movie. So what is this movie before we go anywhere?
Well,
this is what I want to call a love letter to the silliness of Tokusatsu.
Yeah.
I
would say it's even a parody.
Oh, yes. Even a parody in the most loving way. You know what I mean? Like it's poking fun at everything Toku tropes. All the Toku tropes. Yeah. So you have and actually it's also injected like this heavy dose of like, here's a really depressing story that we're just gonna lighten up like a lot.
Yeah.
Through silliness and antics and Toku.
Like a lot of man in dead end job with a wife who's cheating on him.
Yeah. All right. So
his middle school daughter is sleeping with a serial killer. It's fine. Yes.
Shinji is our main character, and he is an older man who's a teacher, and he lives a life that's been, not very fun for him. And he has what we all have, is this escape. He has for him, he has a section of his house, but,
it's a man cave.
It's a man cave, but it's fancy for a man cave.
Fancy as man cave.
Anyway, he basically escapes from everything that's shit in his life by going into this room and working on his
cosplay.
Passion.
He's cosplaying.
It's cosplaying. Yeah, he's building his suit, the Zebraman, which is based on a show that he used to watch when he was a kid. That was only on for 7 episodes, I think.
7
and
episodes.
It got canceled because of low ratings.
Yep.
So it's like you're living a horrible life, and then you go through life until you're 40, miserable, and then you remember that one spin-off of Supernatural that lasted all of the spin-off?
Oh, you mean that one where they tried to introduce the fucking monster mafia? Yeah, that one.
It was the greatest
episode.
The greatest moment of all time. Come on, man.
The greatest. I literally can't tell you what happened in that fucking... There's a lot of episodes I can, like, not really remember, and there's a lot that I do remember. That is one I could not tell you a single fucking thing that happens.
No. Okay, I'll give you a brief synopsis on the Supernatural spinoff. The 5 monster families are fighting because they all love each other too much to not kill each other, but they have to kill each other, and somehow there's going to be a love story in the middle of that.
Because Jefferson Starship.
Because Jefferson Starships didn't take over the world like they should have.
Yep.
Or Leviathans.
Or the fucking mother of all... Don't get me started on Supernatural. God damn it. Season 6 was fucking terrible.
We could do this. We can do this all night. We should.
Fucking...
You know? How... Is there a demand for 2 semi-older Supernatural fans to start a podcast about...
Supernatural?
Their fascination with Supernatural?
Yep. Probably. I'm sure there is. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I would rewatch Supernatural, though. I don't know if that's a commitment I can do again.
Are you sure? Because
shit! Raid from Stickosaurus. What up, dudes?
What up,
What's going on? How y'all doing? 11 fucking people coming to hang out.
Options. Hey, welcome.
Yo,
we're just talking about our we were just talking about our unhealthy addiction to Supernatural.
Yeah,
before
we were talking about Zebraman, but we somehow got on Supernatural.
Yeah, so. It just happens. But Toku Tangents is what we do here. Welcome aboard. So
welcome to the fucking ride.
Maybe you guys can help us out because we were just kind of debating what kind of demand there might be for something like that. I'm not saying we're gonna do it, but if we would, we're qualified. I think we're qualified.
I don't know. I jumped in 2001 when that shit premiered, and I rode that bitch till 2020 when it ended.
2005 was like, bro, that when I was coming out of my first life, my first cycle, I was like nothing on TV, and then all of a sudden I started like seeing like the clips from that show, and I'm like, something about that guy's vibe. I dig it,
Yep. And SJ Mechanic says their wife is really into Supernatural, and yes, there is a prequel weird thing coming out where Dean's like talking about how his parents met, and they kind of are probably gonna have to retcon a lot of things, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm curious. It looks campy as hell.
Yes, okay, no spinoff has worked, but that's not to say it won't. Just saying, no spinoff has worked.
Wild Force is saying if Jensen Ackles needs a kidney, he can have his or theirs.
If Jensen Ackles needs anything, I'll find it for him.
Yeah, right. As long as he plays Red Hood, that's all I care about. Just give him Red Hood, for the love of God.
It's either that or Batman. Because
no, just Red Hood. Fuck Batman. I don't care about Batman.
But he could be Thomas Wayne Batman.
He could, but I'd rather he just play Red Hood because I don't give a shit about Batman. I'm tired of Batman.
Fair.
Unless it's Batman Beyond at this point, I don't care.
Who would be Batman Beyond? Because I was like fan casting that in my head. I have 2 that probably would have worked 10 years ago, and I don't know if they're still up.
Honestly, the first thing I thought of was fucking like Jared Leto, but just because he gets cast as the dumbest shit ever, and I don't want it because Morbius was fucking god awful. I tried to watch that, by the way. I don't know if I told you that. I tried to fucking watch it.
No, I still haven't seen it.
I morbed, guys. I fucking morbed.
Was it morbing time? Did it morb out on you?
It fucking morbed out on me. And I was like, Doctor Who's in this? This will be great. It wasn't fucking great. No, it was terrible.
Can't save it. I didn't think you could.
40 minutes in, I'm like, how this had to be 3 hours long. What the fuck is going on?
Oh god, it's really that.
Yes, he got cast for Tron 3. I'm so upset.
Let him have it because it's not like
Tron's
Tron was
great.
getting.
I don't care. No, fuck you. Tron's amazing. Fuck off.
I mean, honestly,
no. He's gonna play. He's Jensen now. He's gonna replace Jensen in the Supernatural movie. Fuck you.
Look, all I'm saying is spinoffs don't work. Don't transgress. Don't make this a thing. We're just saying it doesn't work. It hasn't worked. And that's because you had a winning formula with those 2. And you're missing the one thing. Chemistry. You don't have it.
Jared Leto has such good chemistry with everyone on screen. I don't know what you're talking about. Also, SG Mechanic says pretty much anyone from the Cobra Kai crew.
I still haven't seen that. Okay, let me apologize because I don't know how to feel about that show. Is it is it really that good, or is this just because of the fan base?
Our boy still loves it. So
okay, well,
yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand. We're talking about Zebraman. So for you guys who are just joining us, we're talking about Zebraman today. We watched the very first one. It's directed by Takeshi Miike, the prolific fucking. He's done like 1,000 movies now, or some ridiculous number like that.
But every one of them are fucking bananas. They're like every movie he touches.
They're all bananas, and I either love them or fucking hate them.
Audition alone. I mean, Audition, I can't argue against, because I remember watching that and not knowing it was his, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Yeah. Like, what was this?
Yeah, that was the movie that like introduced me to him, and then I found out he did a whole bunch of other shit and a whole bunch of like anime things, and in this case, it's a like you were saying, a love letter, but I called it a parody of Tokusatsu, and specifically like Showa era Tokusatsu. Because he just again to recap for you guys that are just joining us, essentially we are following a substitute teacher who has his wife cheating on him. His kids fucking hate him.
His kids hate him, and it's unfortunate, because it's like, it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Dude is doing the best he can.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's a teacher at a school, and his son hates that he gets bullied because nobody likes his dad as a teacher.
No one. It's a cardinal rule. You don't teach at your kid's school. Like, I have teachers in my family, and they made it a point not to do that because that shit happens.
Really?
Yes. Zebraman is actually on Tubi. If you guys want to watch it, you can watch it right now. Actually, while you're listening to this podcast, it is subbed on Tubi for free. You just have to watch some ads. That's all.
It wasn't bad. They're not bad. They're probably fun. I can't remember like sitting through commercials like that. It always throws me back to like fucking Jetix and 4Kids and all that shit. Like, sitting through a commercial now throws me all the way back then. I've just never sat through a commercial since I had a choice.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
As soon as there was like DVR, I'd fast forward through all of that immediately.
Legit.
Yeah.
I remember,
nope, we're done.
Was that a Charmin commercial?
Yeah.
When did those happen?
You know, it got to the point where like before DVR was a thing, shows ended when the commercial came on because I didn't want to fucking watch it. Like, oh, commercial came on, show's over. See you guys next week.
Man, it's just that kind of stuff. And then I remember all the commercials always being about selling toys, because that's how old I am. That's what I'm saying. Like, every commercial break was either the next knockoff Pokemon balls that would be at your McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, dude, I still have the gold-plated shits that they gave out then. Yeah, whatever those are. I still have that crap.
If you ever are on the brink of homelessness, I'm sure you could sell them for a pretty penny if you need to.
So like every day? Sure.
Yeah.
No,
that's fine. Wild Horse is mentioning 90 commercials. All I'm going to say is Crossfire!
Oh my God. I posted that the other day, didn't I? I was like, this shit was in my head. I'm like, I can't escape this. You guys are suffering with me. You get caught up in that. It was the one commercial I remember that set me and my brother on the course for like being those kids where we only want one thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was those spinny masters. Let me try to describe.
Not Beyblades.
No, not Beyblades. They were just the figures that they had. Their legs were their legs and arms were free to swing. Right? They had one leg that you would embed into like this stand, and you would twist, and they would just flail around. Right?
I just remember the only things like that were like the fairies that would like spin off.
Kind of like that same principle, but you know, less of the let it rip and more of the let it spinny to win.
Let it rip is how we do it here. Dragonflyers.
Yes, we had those too. But it was so different because it was just about. It was more like the same principle,
like Sock'em Rock'em or Rock'em Sock'em.
Yeah,
Robots.
where you had to hit the part on their chest, and the guy would pop off of his base, and you would win.
Yeah.
And we had the electronic ones where they made like the yeah, and then when you would get knocked off, they would do the death cry. It was fucking so cool. Like, I gotta find these.
You guys had these like cool ass things, and I'm over here.
That makes sense.
You guys are over here with that shit, and I'm like going to the dollar store and getting like the knockoff brand versions of like fucking ninjas and shit, and I'm like, yeah, bro, that's the fucking stuff. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we only had the one choice, so that was the one choice we made for that Christmas.
No, my choice was always Power Rangers until Gunpla became a thing, and then it was like, I need it, Dad. I need the big one. Mm-hmm. My dad's like, that's $90. Like, you love me, right?
You love me, right? You will prove this to me by buying this cheap piece of plastic for me. I used to just buy a new Gunpla every paycheck from the first job I ever had. It was just a new one, and that's how I got those first fucking...
Yeah, there was a time where I went pretty hard. Not that I'm not fucking... There's literally a pile behind me. You guys can't see right now because I have the image cropped, but there's a fucking pile right here of shame that I need to build at some point. There's half of one here, half of another one here. I'll finish it eventually.
Because it's not a problem.
Because it's not a fucking problem, guys. I swear.
Okay, leave me alone. It's actually when you fall asleep with your Warhammer.
That's how you know it's a real fan of Gunpla or like Warhammer. Yeah, if they have a pile of shit they haven't built yet, that's how you know it's in there deep. Because you know what? Fucking belts, you don't have to build those bitches. They come pre-built. You just activate it.
And it's so fucking dope.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
Anyway, Zebraman.
Yeah.
So actually, because he is a huge fan of Zebraman.
Yes.
See, it all comes full circle. This man, as he's, living his dead end job and terrible home life, goes into his back room and builds his cosplay of Zebraman and starts elbowing pillows and doing the classic kid like WWE in your room, like jumping off his bed and elbow dropping a pillow.
He says zebra kick. His tagline is "Don't stand behind me."
I have no other options.
What is up, Mighty 44 with the follow? Also, Wild Force and Mechanic gave us a follow as well. Appreciate all of you.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
thanks for coming. We love it. Come on,
consume fluids. You got it. You insist.
Hi. So. Good, right?
Is that obnoxious?
No, not at all. I just want to punch you.
No, it's fine.
So he basically think of all that shit that we do in our heads when we're playing with all our shit. Mm-hmm. He's doing it, and he's dressed to the nines. Bro. He's built his own cosplay.
Oh, hang on.
And it's not.
We have the Gal Ranger theme song going. But then again, he heard it like 54 million times. That's what happens when it's a sound alert on your stream, folks.
It's like you got to dance to it now.
You got to. I'm contractually obligated every time it plays.
He's got a dope theme song too. This Zebraman dude.
Yes, Wild Force. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. This is a Bones coffee mug, and I'm drinking Bones coffee right now. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas pack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's quite delicious. Man. This one is the oatmeal cream. It's the 0 one. So, yeah. That's delicioso.
There. I'm dropping the theme song in the Discord for everybody because...
Oh, the Zebraman theme?
The Zebraman theme song is so clever. It has
that was very loud.
Oh God, don't do that to yourself. It has the lyrics itself tell you about shit in the movie, and it's it's meta to the point that it's catchy as shit too.
Yeah, because it's very Showa. Like, you guys are listening to it now on stream. It's very Showa. Because the show was supposed to air in the 70s when he was a kid. That's the whole point.
Yes. So oh God, let me see if these clips will load. I'm not sure if they will, but if they don't, either way. So he like we said, he's obsessed with the show from the 70s, but the show from the 70s is very Kamen Rider.
Yes.
Very Kamen
To the point where he even says in the trailer for the show, all other heroes are half cyborgs. He's just a man with a dream.
Which perfect. It's perfect. I think they start.
He literally only has... So, the main character in this show, not Zebraman like the movie, the show that the dude watched, was from Africa, and he just wanted to protect all of mankind, and he's got this tassel-armed leather jacket, and he loves plants. Yeah. And he got his powers through dreams. He just believed real hard.
Which is a big thing in this movie, dude. So, for all for all pretext, he's just a normal dude. This Shinji guy, our hero, he's just a dude, and he develops. Unless I misunderstood something, he through that pretext, through that concept of believing in a dream or fulfilling your something like that, he's able to do superhero shit. Right?
He literally just wants to do it bad enough, and he just starts getting powers. It just fucking happens.
That's what I thought, because there's this weird dream sequence in the movie where he's hallucinating some dope shit, where he's fighting a giant kaiju crab thing, and it tears off an arm, and it's like a cyborg arm, right? But that was a dream sequence.
No, so what it is he is dreaming because he has a crush on this other lady, because again, his home life is terrible. He has a crush on this other mom, and he has this dream that's straight out of the episode of Zebraman kind of thing. And this kaiju grows, like it makes my monster grow kind of thing, and grabs his arm and snips it off. And Zebra Nurse is called in to assist him. Her name is Zebra Nurse. Yeah. He literally goes, Zebra Nurse, Zebra Nurse. And she just rolls up with like blonde hair, this like 50s do going on, and injects him, and he just grows a new arm.
I put 2 or 3 clips in the Discord there so you can play them. But look, the whole thing we're explaining is given to you with such this heavy, we know this is ridiculous, but it's so enjoyable the entire time, because you're like, they're aware of how stupid this is, right? Yep. Of course they are. They had no option, because this scene. Oh, I
forgot about black and white ecstasy.
This scene here. So he's already like formed a relationship with the kid that's like also a fan of Zebraman and all that shit, and he finds out that he's a paraplegic or a. Is it in his head?
So yes. So what happened? Because again, you didn't watch the sub, so I understand how you don't know what's going on most of the time. So this kid watched his dad die.
Right. Yes. That's fucking horrible.
And so because of that, he's like had a psychosomatic response to it and can't use his legs anymore.
But dude, like, she's just like. So I should probably tell you before you ask. He killed himself. Like, yeah. He jumped, and the only person who found him was his kid. In the middle of the street. Like, are you kidding me?
Yep, that's exactly what happened. And it's like, oh shit.
So yeah,
that's very Takeshi Miike. If you guys have never seen any of his movies.
So they follow that story, and the reason why this is important is that heavy ass story is followed by this scene, this last clip that's in the Discord. She tells this story, he's like, wow, I feel kind of bad. She sits back, and then it's this weird over the top
thing,
soap opera scream. She even slaps her head, and she stares at the doorway, and this creepy ass crab monster's just at the door. It's like, what the fuck? What? I was like creeping. I was like, wait, what? Oh my god! And then he's like egging fucking Zebraman on for a fight. He's like, let's go fight.
Come on. Square up, motherfucker.
It's legit. The pacing of this movie is so bananas, but that's what we're talking about.
This movie felt so long.
Because it is 2 hours, and it is very 2 hours. It is very 2 hours.
Yeah,
but. It's the up and down of like the ridiculous with the heavy shit with the again. It's if this movie you strip away the ridiculousness, it's depressing as hell.
It's depressing as hell. But the best part is like the main dude as he's developing himself into Zebraman is literally all of us. If we were to throw into a tokusatsu. So like we were talking about how he's just like wrestling a pillow in his room. The first time he goes out in public, he tries to go get a soda, and he like climbs out his window because he's got to be sneaky, right? Like he can't let his family know, and he just fucking falls off the roof.
I got that clip. That's so great. He legit, the first time my man gets brave enough to put on the suit and go outside, he fucking eats shit.
I was like, oh god, he's dead. This is where he like is reborn with powers like Ultraman style. He's fucking dead.
He passed out too, like going scatter on the floor. It's like it was one of those ooh,
yeah. Oh shit.
You good? Nah, you're not good. Then he's chugging beer or whatever. He's like, fuck that.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous. And he's in this like homemade cosplay outfit because again, he's just literally built it like it's his version of like Spider-Man's first outfit, basically.
It's like that, but it's like it gives you that heavy sense of because you could see him like struggling to put it on, and
well,
like,
it rips a couple
heavy.
times too when he's just like messing around.
It rips. He does his quote, "Don't stand behind me," and then it fucking rips behind him. He's like, "Oh shit! Oh no!"
Like black and white ecstasy, and like the fucking thigh opens up.
It's such like a. That's the point. It's like all of this shit is like heavy cringe. You're just like, "Oh god, this is me." Like,
he's so like depressing and sad just to watch for 2 hours that it's like, ugh.
Yep. But the what kicks it into the gear is like this whole concept, because now that I know it's the power of self-belief, it pushes that whole thing more where he becomes more confident in embracing what he likes because he found a kindred spirit in the little boy. The little boy reminded him that Zebraman wasn't it didn't have to be successful. It wasn't this all-time, all-lasting show, but it made him feel strong. It made him feel like a hero.
Yeah, right? It's like it's like when all of us watch like Kamen Rider and Sentai and all that shit, right? Like it's the fucking power trip. That's what it is. Or even like Dragon Ball, if you guys are into anime, like it's the power trip, right? Like that's what it fuels on, and like the big hero justice boner. That's what it's playing on.
It's that, and this movie is just like reminding you that even though you're a little bit older and things are a little different for you, your situations might not always be great. You have this passion, and that should remind you that it's gonna be okay. Just don't give up. Like I loved how that became the message for me in this movie, because I really felt for this guy so many times. Like he tries so hard, he shit on so much by his coworkers, his kids, his daughter, his fucking daughter.
He's shit on by a guy who has crabs, and his job is to fucking shit on everyone else.
This dude,
literally the opening scene is this dude just like scratching away at his junk, and he goes, "I think it's crabs."
He's so nonchalant.
And his partner's like, maybe stop going to cheap brothels. I don't know what to tell you. So,
and that's the city life, bro. That's what
he's
it's
like,
all
that's.
about.
And then he like buys a drink from some random old lady and is like, put it on the defense agency's tab.
So we're going around, but we know. Okay, the bad guys of this movie end up being
Goop.
Aliens. Goop, like evil flubbers.
Yes. Evil flubber is the perfect description.
Yeah.
Same CG effects too from 1997.
Exact same. All they did was add this little squiggly.
They added a nerve for a brain. Yeah. That's all. Everything else is literally they just took the flubber effects from the movie. Like you can see Robin Williams in a couple scenes because they just fucking like Photoshop cropped him out of there.
The Elven Beast flubber, their fusion dance, and now there's like 50 of them. So,
yeah, it's wild.
So they've been held captive inside the school for these 30 plus years, and because come to find out and I wanted to be like, wow, that's actually pretty fucking clever. That the show that he watched as a kid was written by a traitor, a good guy, a good alien that escaped from there and trapped all of the baddies, wrote this prophecy. Is it a prophecy?
I guess.
Because I was like, oh, is there time shenanigans? I hope there's not time shenanigans.
No, I think it's just kind of like they were on the same wavelength. I couldn't really figure out what was going on because they talked about it, and then it kind of just turns into like him reading the scripts, and it plays out that way anyway.
Exactly like that though, like right, and then even to the point where the not Zebraman stuff is happening.
Yeah, and like one of the episodes is called like Kid in a Wheelchair. And I was like, good lord. Yeah, like one of the episodes, like, so they have these manuscripts, right? And they're like, oh, the first 7 are printed, the rest of the season is handwritten. And he's like flipping through and he's like, wow, it's happening just like it is. And then the one just says like Kid in Wheelchair. I was like, Jesus Christ.
So they give you that, and then it's basically implied that this was all foretold by one of the good guys, one of the good aliens, 17 years ago, that happens to work at the very school that they all work at.
He's the principal of the school, and he's like taped up at the gym, literally taped it up to keep these goop monsters in the basement, and doesn't let anyone in the gym. And I recognize the actor, but I couldn't put my finger on what he's from.
Sure, there's a bunch of even the main guy. Excuse me, the main guy is a regular of Miike's. So there's a bunch of big names in here that we just can't call. But it's definitely like
I want to say it was the Deno conductor. I want to say it was him, but I'm not 100% sure.
I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't either.
The Toku minutes have been like responsible for me binging like at least 10 episodes per show that we cover. So once I do Deno, I'm gonna fucking end up like binging the shit out of it. I know it. Go Kaijers, I was already 16 deep. I'm like, I can stop. This is fine. Like I don't have to keep doing this.
It's fine. You know, at least you're not at 156. That's fine.
But you have a dedication.
I have a dedication.
This is my ADHD that just kicks in, and then I just go.
No, we can't all give our souls to Donghwa's. You know, it's fine.
But spoilers. The next one, you guys are gonna like a lot, and
I'm gonna like a lot too.
You're gonna like a lot.
I'm gonna like a lot. What's up, Josh, with the bits? What's going on, dude? Appreciate you. But, also, I just realized I am so sorry. 3Frame Jad, thank you for the follow. I missed you in the raid follows. I appreciate you.
Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm trying to find. So, all right. So we established how he fights this one crab-headed monster dude, right? And it's not even dude. Excuse me. It's just a dude in this. Let me take that back because it's not a monster. It is a guy with a very bad mask, and it's like in the shape of a helmet, of a crab helmet. So he's just going around slicing chicks up, and that's where he discovers his power, that he can do crazy stuff. I'm gonna try to see if they load up. I'm not sure, but we'll try. But while he's fighting Crab Dude, there's a moment in there where I think we all would share, where he does something cool, and then he's like, that was kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, he's like marveling at himself.
He was like, whoa, all right, yeah, all right. Let's go.
I was like, that would be us the entire
I do that shit at boxing all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking like duck a punch up. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that was dope. Let's go.
That was anime right there, baby.
Yeah. And then I just get off Electric Wind God, and I'm like, I feel the electricity.
You do the Kazuya body shot one time for me, dude. I want to see the ripple in them.
I got you. First fight, I'm gonna hit him with a Wind God, and then I'm gonna hit him with the body shot.
God. So moments like that happen throughout this first fight, but then he develops his like angle, and he knows how to approach things. He's not.
And by angle, he means he just starts copying the moves from the fucking show.
Yes.
Like Zebra Screw Punch, where he just spins around and socks him in the mouth.
That's what I put up. I put up the Zebra Screw Punch clip on the thing. It's so fucking dope. But
it's ridiculous.
It's the epitome of ridiculous anime stuff that they do in this. But here, let me see if this loads.
And it's interesting too, because he's gonna, and I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit just to talk about Zebraman himself and kind of the evolution of his suits. He goes from this like really handmade cosplay suit to this like better Showa era suit, right? And then by the end of the movie, it's kind of cool because he gets a third suit, and it's very like early Heisei. Yeah, like it's very early. I think this movie came out in 2004. It's very 2004.
I think this is
the original from the show. Yeah.
Yeah. And this one is the
the one in the clips is like the better Showa one I was talking about that he made. And do you remember, speaking of special moves, do you remember the second thing he goes after, the second alien that he kills? And he fucking zebra back kicked. No, there was the zebra back kick before this one.
Oh, yeah, and then, hold on, put it up.
And it's in like a terrible, awful, disgusting fucking exorcism of Emily Rose position.
I found the clip. They find this fucking murdered monster flesh bag that is just back kicks to shit.
And all it has is a fucking hoof print in the middle of its forehead.
It's literally, they're like, it looks like he's been kicked really hard by a horse.
Like, it's ridiculous because his head snapped back and he's just like folded.
Which by the way, props to the fucking practicals, because there's no CG in this. This is straight up like 2004 practical shit.
Yeah, like that's a prosthetic body thing. It's ridiculous. And you just hear literally, so this thing is like creeping around and like putting gas down, I guess, to light something on fire. And he's just like on a rafter and like eyeballs it, and it starts to run away, and all you hear is zebra back kick, and then it like cuts to this, and you're like, good fucking Christ.
And they find it, they're like, oh yeah, this is fucked, and then they go, okay, get rid of it.
It's just light it on fire.
Just light the shit on fire. It's like, okay, that's fine.
Nope, it's cool. It's cool.
It's so fucking ridiculous, this movie, guys. Like, there's no, I'm putting up I won't load it. He does the zebra bomber.
Yes.
Okay, and that is the most Carl slam to have slammed in this movie.
Yeah, it is the most. If you could make a Showa version of me, that's what would fucking happen, because he like. Right, he like picks this dude up by the belt and is like struggling the whole time, and he just jumps and flips and just fucking headbutts this dude into the ground.
So great. It's so great, guys. Like, I promise
legs
you, like,
straight up in the air.
I thought it was gonna be an Izuna drop. I thought he was setting him up for that, but then he like grabs him full fucking reverse burning hammer straight up in the sky. Like,
it's ridiculous.
Like Ultraman flies straight up and back to him.
It's absurd. Like, there's not even a fight. Like, he just blocks the sign and he just lifts this fool. Oh my god, this movie's ridiculous.
Oh god. Oh wait, there's the kick before that. Yeah, okay, so yeah, before he goes to slam him, I wanted to show this kick, because for you guys who could see it, this kick looks like it hurt the stunt guy pretty good. Like, he kicks the dog shit out of the back of this guy's head.
Dog shit out of
like,
him.
Holy fuck. Like, I felt bad. I was like, ooh, that guy must have been paid fuck well for that kick. Like,
yeah.
It's so
weird too, because like, you don't like, there's weird at this point, like, you know something weird's going on because they've shown the goop a little bit. They kind of showed, you know, like in the gym there's like monsters hanging out, and then they show like all of these people that are causing trouble have like green ooze coming out of them. But like, at this point it still seems like he's just hunting down like random regular bad guys.
Yeah.
Like, at one point he just like walks into a fucking market, and this dude like, there's two like Yakuza type dudes, and one of them has a girl over his shoulder, and he just like walks up and stops and stares at him, and this dude, I kid you not, just throws her with force onto the ground and is like, it's Zebraman.
It's so dope. So it comes out that there's the monster aliens that the principal has been hiding back finally get out, and they get into the children. So these evil kids start destroying the city, like
in one of the most horrifying images ever. So this poor guy, right? They have a straight up Cabbage Man from Avatar in this movie, by the way. He's straight up the Cabbage Man, because he's got a stall, and he's like the first and only roasted eggplant stall. Come get it while it's hot and juicy. And these kids roll the fuck up with bats. And their teacher is like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. These kids are out of control. And these kids destroy his entire stand. And he's basically like, don't you kids know what the fuck you're doing? What's going on? What the hell? And he like slaps one of them.
I love it, man.
It's ridiculous.
And it ends up that his kid is one of them, and he grabs him in the middle of the whole thing and like runs away to try to figure out what the fuck to do with his kid.
Yeah. Well, Detective Krabs. There's a lot of Krabs in this movie, so I'm just going to call him Detective Krabs because it's like Okawa or something like that. But Detective Krabs happens to be there and sees him take the kid. So when he randomly sees him later, he's like, yo, that was your kid. Do you know Zebraman? Like, is he related to you? And he's like,
is he related?
He just starts making horse fucking noises.
It becomes ridiculous at that point, because then it's like it's how does he get the kid, his son back? He
takes off his mask and it's just like, hey,
power
it's your
of
dad.
Belief.
Yeah,
it's
the power of belief. That's all it is.
Okay, that's what I figured.
And then he just like pukes the alien out.
Oh yeah, no, that's a gross one, because that's here. I'd put that one there. So this is like during the point where they realize that it's all part of like the aliens' plan to like infect everybody and shit. And this lady gives birth to a fucking
the green child from JoJo. That's what she fucking gives birth to, quite literally. And then they just never mention it again.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, I'm missing some context.
Never mention.
I don't know what happens.
The only thing. So this is right. This literally pops out a fucking neon green baby, and then he ends up bringing his son to the hospital to see his like crush, fucking zebra nurse. And she's like, don't, we can't do this here because someone just gave birth to a green baby. And that's the end of the entire green baby thing. And I was like, I feel like there's a lot of unanswered questions here.
Okay. That's what I figured. I'm like, there's no way that's just it for that. There's no way. Okay.
Yeah, no, that was just it. That's just it. Just someone gave birth to a green baby and we're done.
Okay. So basically what happens after that, so the flubbers end up amassing into a super flubber, and there's a moment where he's like, I have a still of it here. There's a moment where he's fighting like hundreds of them, and he's like being surrounded and swarmed.
Before, I'm sorry, because this is important, I just want to talk about this part. Before he does this, he reads, we talked about the episodes and how like it kind of is playing out that way. He reads them and realizes that the last episode, Zebraman dies and the world is destroyed. So in an attempt to change it, he beats the piss out of himself for 10 days straight trying to train, including trying to fly.
Forgot about the flying part.
He tries to fly because he asked his kid while he was leaving to go train. He's like, "Do you think I can fly?" And his kid's like, "I don't know, man. What are you talking about? I don't know." And he literally says, "Go get him," and that's what like spurs him into like, "Yeah, I got this." And so like Detective Krabs comes up and is like, "Hey, I know you're Zebraman," and like they're literally sitting on a bench sipping soda or tea, whatever the fuck it was, and he's like, I have to continue my training or else the world's going to end. And Detective Krabs is like, yeah, but the U.S. is going to drop a neutron bomb on the town. So
it's like, yeah, okay. So that means I have to train faster.
Yeah, he was like, so I guess that means, and he was like, I hope Zebraman can stop them before that happens. And so he just like gets on a bridge and jumps. I should mention when Detective Krabs finds him, he's literally floating face down in the water.
Face down, and it's like, it's such a prolonged shot. Like you can tell, like the guys are filming, they're like, "Yo, is he all right?"
like you just see the body like float over and then like hits a rock and then like spins slightly. And that's what him and Detective Krabs, they just like a hard cut to them on a bench and he's just like,
I'm sorry, I can't believe I forgot that.
So he spent his ass 10 days training to beat this thing, and he's just
Zebraman has to be able to fly. He has to fly in order to save the world.
But like, I don't think Zebraman flew in the show. He's just like, I have to fly. I don't know where the flying came from. I'm gonna be honest with you. He was just like, I gotta fly.
Oh, and it comes. Oh, does it come? It just fucking happens, dude. Like, okay.
Yeah. So back to him being surrounded by the goopy aliens, because he charges into the gymnasium where the goopy aliens are living. And he charges like headfirst in there. They straight up move the police blockade for him because of course they do. They went from not letting a single person in because they're going to drop a neutron bomb. I can't stress that enough. A neutron fucking bomb. And they were like, let's just let the civilians go to the gym. It's okay. We're good.
It's fine. At this point, like, who's stopping them? Like, I understand wanting that last minute burn before the big one.
And so they all go to the gymnasium and watch Zebraman fight all these things. And he's trying to get Shinpei is the paraplegic kid in the wheelchair, and he is like absorbed by one of these goops, and he's like kicking these little
multiple times, man.
It's a very long scene of him like in front of a green screen just like swinging and like pretending to dodge and like all this stuff because they're straight CG. There's no practical with these little goop monsters. And then, like you were saying, he's like hitting them into a wall and they're like conglomerating into bigger ones.
Yeah, they're forming a super flubber thingy.
Yeah.
And then you can tell like it's going to beat his ass.
Yeah.
And he gets straight mopped.
Yeah. The one comes over and just like, You done?
Legit. Mask comes off. He's like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's slow motion. He's defeated.
Yep.
And this is where it kicked in, where it has to be the power of fucking, well, plot armor, but it's definitely like his power is belief and faith, because he believes when he puts that helmet back on that he gets the second wave of energy and power and strength.
He needs the strength to win.
And fucking henshins. And it's like, think of like, because he has a cape, right? And what happens is it wraps around him, and it kind of is like this mixture of Spawn's cape and the Loki from The Mask, the Jim Carrey one.
The first thing I thought of was Spawn's cape, honestly, from the 97 movie specifically.
Yes.
Specifically,
It's
not
that.
just like Spawn's cape in general, like specifically that CG effect is what it kind of looked like. And yeah, so he reaches for his mask and touches the Z, and it does the bright halo light, and then he's and yeah, he's in his Heisei outfit.
Yeah, and it's dope, and it's fucking
It's pretty sick, actually. I gotta say, it's pretty cool.
And he has a power up, and he's able to fucking just basically beat the shit out of that thing in return. But then something happens where he's only able to get Shinji out, and that the big one becomes even bigger.
Yeah. So like a bunch of little ones are kind of like chasing after him, and like the bigger ones are also in there, but they like as they're chasing him, he's like knocking enough down, and they're kind of like falling into each other. They're getting bigger and bigger to the point where it just becomes a fucking kaiju. And it's like towering over the school, and they're on the roof, and Shinbei's
my God.
He literally pulls himself up and is like, "You got this, Zebraman!"
Yo,
and that's when
like,
the fucking kaiju just knocks the kid off the roof.
it scooped him up again. You know what I mean? Like
it was like,
I was like, so he's like, oh no, Shinpei, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Oh no, Shinpei, and then. He just got this power up, right? So he's like, I don't know what to do. I just know that I have to fly, right? And he fucking does.
Yeah, he just does. He dives off the building, and then his fucking cape just opens up Batman style, and he just glides, and he just goes back up.
It's like,
what's going on, Aaron? How you doing?
And then he's like, all I have to do is, believe that I can win. You know what I mean? Like it's just like all I have, and the craziest part happens, and I still don't know what happened there.
He believes so hard that his fucking cape wraps around him, and he becomes a zebra Pegasus, kids. He becomes a goddamn zebra Pegasus, and he's firing Z beams out of his mouth.
He Zorro's him. So
he literally like Z beams him. Literally, he draws a beam or a Z into this thing's fucking head.
He turns into a Zegasus.
A
and he Zorro's the Z into his fucking forehead or something. Like
Zegasus.
It is so bananas, bro. Like I'm like, what happened? Like my brain was just like,
this is where like at the point in the script, Takeshi Miike definitely went, now imagine Zegasus.
All right, rock with me here. I have a word for you.
Zegasus.
Zegasus. You see what I'm saying here, man?
In perfect English.
And I'm horrified. No, but here we go. You're the guy, Miike.
Yep.
Fuck, man. So yeah, and then it's like when it burns the Z, it more acts like it's irritated, and then it explodes. Like it's just...
Yep. And Zebraman saves the world, and he's arrested.
Yeah.
He's
and then
fucking arrested. And
I don't know what
Detective
they said.
Detective Krabs is basically like, they're not here for Ishikawa, they're here for Zebraman, because they're standing in a tent
Batman?
and he's like out of it. Yeah, they did a Batman thing.
I thought so. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but he had the mask on, and I'm like, this is like a what's the guy's name? Oh my god, Gordon Batman moment. I'm like, something's going on that I don't understand.
So he's in his like substitute teacher outfit, and Detective Krabs is like, hey man, they're not here for you, they're here for Zebraman. And he's like, put the suit on. So he puts his like the suit goes back to like his hodgepodge self-built suit, and he walks out, and then all of a sudden he turns and henshins into the big suit, and rips the fucking handcuffs.
Oh, that was so cool. That was so dope. That was
because I just like looked away for a second. I was like, oh, he's in his normal his like Heisei suit again. What the hell?
That was good. That was good. I like the that's where it went, because I'm like, this feels kind of like a Batman thing. But yeah, that last moment, guys, like it's campy, but it feels good. It really does.
Yeah,
like,
there is a sequel to this movie as well. There's a Zebraman 2.
There is. And I hear it's not quite up to snuff.
Oh,
but,
great, because this movie was very up to snuff. Yeah, that's.
Hey, I'm walking away kind of feeling good about this. I like it. I like that it's not. It could have just been forgettable. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it could have been bad to the point.
This isn't Zaborgar. Let me put it that way.
No,
this is not Zaborgar. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the Zaborgar episode. It was like 10 episodes ago or so now. It's on the YouTube channel. I can't stress enough.
I didn't need a shower after watching.
Like I can't stress enough how that is its own fucking tier on this show now. Like I can't.
If you don't feel sticky after watching that, like seriously, like
I have to say it just because I mentioned the name. 50-foot tall daughter's robo nipples. Okay, it fucking happened.
It just has to. Anytime you mention Zaborgar, the 50-foot daughter nipple is just like it has to happen. You have to warn people. You have to.
Just so you know, dad and brother hang off her nipple and fight too. By the way,
metal giant robot nipple. Yeah,
metal giant robot. Fucking goddamn that movie. God shit. Zaborgar tier.
Luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Have fun. It's not quite to that level.
And then you can wash it out with this movie.
Yeah. so you'll just be depressed too.
Yeah. So what's your final take on this?
That's my final take, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, so here's my thing. I love Takeshi Miike. I think he's an amazing director. 13 Assassins is one of my favorite movies. I fucking love that movie. He also did the Blade of the Immortal adaptation, which is not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. He has a way of like bringing out ugly in people that no other director can really do. And that comes, with directing actors and things like that. And I'm sure that comes with fucking making 1,000 movies or whatever he's at now. But like this, I don't think was his strongest movie. I understand what it was trying to do. I enjoyed parts of it. I just, I don't want to watch it again.
No. This is a once-er, maybe twice-er, because I had to do this research.
Because you didn't watch it with subs the first time.
Because I love you guys. I'm dedicated to you guys. But dude, I mean, legit, honestly, I gave it a good shot and I fell asleep halfway through. So it's a once-er.
I was falling asleep watching this movie, by the way.
But doing the research, knowing what I know about the show and how it came to be what it is, appreciate it as a love letter, and that's about it. You're just celebrating our goofy little pastime with this ridiculous story. So
ridiculous. Which I want to talk about some of those other characters, because like there's a lot that we kind of really just skimmed over with the other characters. Like I said, there's Zebra Nurse, who is Shinpei's mom, and he almost has an affair with, which I thought was going to happen. No, I don't think so. I don't know. But at home, he is married, and his wife is out dating every dude. She's like the village bicycle, apparently. Everyone's getting a ride, if you know what I'm saying. And then the middle school age daughter, Suzuki, I think is his son's name. Sasaki, something like that. His sister is a middle schooler who looks like she's in her 20s because she's one step below chain smoking the entire movie. Is hanging out when it's the first scene you see her with. She's complaining about not being able to go out, right? Like every teenager does. So the mom comes home being the mom and out and about with everyone every which way. Gives her some money and just says, hey, take a cab instead of walking because there's a fucking serial killer out. And they hard cut to a scene of her with some grungy looking dude. This dude is like it's the crab dude, and he looks like he's from the depths of some fucking sewer. Like, talk about feeling sticky. I felt sticky after this scene.
He's like that Yakuza guy that they always the scary one that always gets bitched by the main dude. He's that guy.
Yeah,
he's
that like the 90s car salesman in movies equivalent to like a gangster gross dude, you know, he's like that kind of just greasy and disgusting. And they're doing this weird thing where I don't know how else to describe it, so I'm just going to describe the scene here. She's in some schoolgirl outfit, bending over, and he's looking. Let's just put it that way. He's looking.
Chasing
looking? A little bit.
I don't know.
And she's like, can I take this off yet? And he's like, no, not yet. And then he starts like chasing her around. But let me tell you about the fucking sacrilege that happens in this scene. He puts his goddamn shoes on the bed. He puts his fucking shoes on the bed.
Well,
No. You do not do that, period. You do that in my house, you never fucking come to my house again. You are dead to me. That shit is disgusting.
Dude, I don't even have the shoes in the house, dude. Like,
no,
I have the whole,
they stop at the front fucking door. All right.
if you have a foot problem, you need to think about
my man over. The second he like adjusted, like he did one of these, like I always fucking do, he did one of these and put his shoes on the bed. I was like, no, we're fucking done. I hate this guy.
Yeah, no,
fucking I want him to die right now. Disgusting.
Wait, so help me understand something, because I think I got confused here. Segawa, Ozawa's first partner, was an alien or got taken by aliens?
So they were kind of my next point, because Ozawa, whatever his name, Oikawa, Detective Krabs.
Detective Krabs, yes.
The one we open up on. So we open up in this movie with two characters. Segawa and Oikawa. Are two defense agency representatives. They're two like federal agents, basically. I'm just gonna call them federal agents for the most part.
Right.
So we were opened up on them. That's when I was talking about how he literally, the opening scene is my penis itches, and the other guy's like, maybe it's Krabs, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, maybe you should stop going to brothels. This is literally how the fucking movie starts, by the way.
Mind your business, bitch.
Yeah, he's like, mind your business. As he like, yeah. So like they're very not really buddy cop, because they're not like yucking it up, but they're in like grimy conditions, terrible tiny apartment, using this weird technology that can detect the aliens. Apparently,
it's very Ultra Q meets X-Files.
It's very like X-Files Ultra Q kind of thing, where they're chasing the aliens and they get there like after Zebraman shows up through the whole movie. Yeah. And like you were saying with the weird fucking distorted doll thing that got kicked in the head, they just light that bitch up. At one point, so there's a principal as well, the one you had mentioned, that commits the coup d'etat and tries to, you know, he trapped all the invaders there, right? They're trying to invade the planet. He stopped them, and then he's also the one who wrote the Zebraman show. Once he is dead and everyone is broken out, like all the aliens are broken out. Segawa is possessed by one of the aliens. Infected, whatever they call it. Invaded is the exact word that they use.
Clever. Very clever. Okay.
So they're in this apartment and he does this like and starts doing this like weird face, and he's like telling the story of how it happened, and he's literally like, we had this one dude who committed a coup d'etat and then trapped us all, and now we will take over humanity. And then Oikawa just like sets his phaser off of stun to kill, and it's like orange, yellow, red.
It's the silliness.
And it's just like one cannon shot out the window and he's dead.
Like, okay, that's what I was like. Okay, so either he never was or he became an alien. Yeah. So it's like something like that. That makes sense.
So kind of like the kids that they jumped into him.
Oh man, and they're kids and they have the goopy greeny shit coming out. It's just gross. But again, Miike, if you know Miike, you know what to expect from this movie in terms of his practicals, in the looks. It's not like the CG is bad because it's bad on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, this is 2004, and they're doing like 96 graphics. Like it is that level of like, which like silly.
In any movie he's done, there's never been like a heavy CG reliance. Like there's very little CG in his movies. He tends to stick more practical. But like, these aliens look bad. They look like some of the fucking Toku on TV now. I'm just saying, they look pretty bad. I'm not gonna name names. It's fine. Not
Shots fired.
Shots fired. At everything on fucking TV in the last 5-6 years.
Well, actually, Saber was okay.
No, it wasn't. I love Saber, but the CG was ass. So, you know what the best part was?
You know what it is? Because I keep thinking about the pre-rendered fucking henshins. That's all that.
You know what I keep thinking of? The fucking fairy. So, that's top tier fucking CG. The fairy is peak
Tinker Top.
Yeah, Tinker fucking clothesline. And anyone who doesn't like Saber doesn't remember that scene. That's all I'm gonna say, because y'all wrong. Saber's fucking amazing.
more shots fired.
More shots fired. Saber's better than Revice.
All in all, I recommend this for an advanced Toku fan, and that's it.
I would recommend this for someone who is familiar with Miike's work, because they're going to appreciate it a little more, probably, because they know his like satirical, weird fucking outlook on everything. And if you guys don't know Takeshi Miike, you can check out Audition, you can check out 13 Assassins, you can check out, like I said, he did Blade of the Immortal. If you guys want to do like a live action anime adaptation, it's pretty solid. He's done a couple other ones. He did, I want to say he worked with the guy from Death Trance. I forget his name. Jun Takahashi or something like that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, how's that for a name pool? I want to say he worked with him on like it's not rival schools, but it's like real high school, something like that. Real Bout High School. Something like that. Some kind of fighter thing. And then he's done a whole bunch of other crazy, like I said, he's done like 1,000 fucking movies. Ichi the Killer is one of them too. You guys can watch that. I
think that was the first Miike movie that I knew it was his that I watched.
Really?
Wholeheartedly. Yeah. Like I know I saw Audition not knowing it was him, but when I know he did Ichi, I was like, yeah, I like that one.
Ichi was the first movie, like when I was a youngin' and watched it for the first time, I actually turned it off because I was too upset by it. Audition got me close, but Ichi the Killer was the first one when he like cut his own tongue off. I was like, okay, we're done here.
Audition, it was the eye thing. The eye thing, man.
Yep.
Oh God.
Honestly, it got me because my thing is because I have a fucking hyperactive imagination. When I can't tell what's going on, my brain just like assumes the absolute darkest depths of the worst. So this like
real,
when the bag started fucking flailing around, I was like, oh my God, what did she do to him?
It was still bad. It was still pretty fucking bad.
It was still pretty fucking bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Takeshi Miike is certainly something. But if you want like just a solid all-around movie, check out 13 Assassins. I fucking love that movie. That is
and a trippy movie too, because you're gonna that's another one it's a 2-hour movie, but
it's pushing 3. I think it's long.
It's an endeavor.
Yeah, but it is very good. It's kind of a similar general story to like Seven Samurai, if anyone's familiar with that, or like Samurai 7, that kind of thing where ragtag bunch come together to stop some asshole. And there's a lot of familiar faces you guys might notice from not only Toku, but if you're just a fan of like Japanese cinema in general, there's a lot of really big faces in there. So yeah. Wow. Or Blade of the fucking Immortal, because I just like Blade of the Immortal.
That was him too, right?
That was him too. Yeah.
Oh,
I just like the manga a lot, so yeah.
I mean, it's still good.
It was all right.
Fuck, dude. I just felt like watching this movie in the middle of like all the Toku shit that I've just been like devouring lately was just like such a break that like now I'm looking at our coming projects and I'm like, but you know what? Now that I know it can get that silly, this is not that silly as much anymore. You know what I mean? Like our normal Toku shit. Like I was watching a couple of things on Geats, and I guess from what I understand, I don't know if you saw the latest episode, whatever's going to happen might break the story like Revice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's teetering on the ridiculous.
So first off, before I get into that, I'm just going to say, if you guys haven't seen Geats, we're going to talk a little bit. Some of the more recent episodes. I just want to give you guys a little bit of spoiler warning if you haven't seen the more recent ones. I have not seen 19. I think is the newest one. I haven't watched it yet. It's downloaded. I just didn't actually watch it. 19 or 20, I think. But I did see some clips, so I'm going to talk about those clips. If you don't know yet, just so you know, this is your kind of spoiler warning.
This is what we do here, guys. This is just how
I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. We do kind of like big check-ins, like we just did a Geats episode. I think last episode we were actually recorded. And then we did like a whole like 1 to 16 kind of deal. So I'm just going to talk about the newest couple episodes if you guys haven't seen them yet. Just slight spoiler warning. So the clip that I saw is my boy coming back with the Jamato buckle and fighting Ace and Keiwa. I know some other stuff went down in the GP in the last episode where some people got eliminated and they're moving on to the next thing. But yes, I think we're kind of going towards the cycle of the games being broken and kind of what the whole I think they're like dimensional aliens. Honestly, that's why in the Discord I put the aliens meme. I think it's a dimensional aliens kind of thing.
You know, I read it was one of the comments that was like, "This is gonna end up being like a Link and Zelda story."
Interesting.
Like, Mitsume is not his mom exactly, but it is somebody important to him. But I don't know.
Just a motherly figure, not necessarily his mom.
Yeah, like not exactly his mom, but somebody important to him in that same vein. But it's just like he's deluded himself into thinking that he's that old, but he's really not. You know,
I just if he is, I want them to like explore what doing this for 2,000 years does to someone. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe
like,
maybe fucking drive him crazy.
Yeah, like I think it would be kind of interesting because like they kind of did it with Inui, fucking Fies. They did with Fies for a couple episodes when Horseboy took over. He became Fies for 6-7 episodes because Inui was kind of dealing with like, yeah, you're an Orphanoch too, by the way. You know, it was kind of dealing with that. So it'd be cool to kind of see if they do something similar where it's like they kind of put him out of commission and Kawa kind of takes up that mantle as the main rider for a little bit with Kawa, Buffa, you know, the other main characters.
You mean he's not?
I mean, Buffa is the main character in my heart, period. So that's fine. I literally almost ordered the Jamato buckle the other day because
he really, all right, so that's an interesting thing because I think we were saying he's going like a Baron route where
that was kind of the vibe we're getting. So he's, after he woke up, I don't remember if it was on the actual talk we did, but the episode after, he like walks out of the gardening center, the greenhouse, and he's trying to get out, and that's when he gets the Jamato buckle, and he like stumbles upon this like dead world. It's like a dead city almost, and just overgrown.
I'm thinking again, this is the dimensional thing that I'm talking about. Like that dimension,
it looked like the Helheim dimension,
one of the ones that got shitted on by the fucking Jamato. They didn't pull it out, and that's probably where Ace is from originally, and where he's getting all this fucking shit in his head from. Like,
what about the frog statue? Where does that play into all this?
That's, you know, right when they took the last third line, you know what I mean? They were just like in the writing room, they're like, how do we close the episode? Okay, we need some kind of through line. A frog.
A frog. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards like dimensional alien kind of thing.
It's not a conduit. They don't imply anything. It's
they did say like this Earth is like a pocket universe. Like the one sponsor game master dude, fucking Doctor Who boy. He did mention that, like, you know, he goes back to the audience room, and the Natsu's dad is like, hey, this is a great little pocket universe you created here. And it's like, is he talking about where they are or where they're watching from? Or, you know, it's very vague in the way he says it. So I think the world that they're in isn't necessarily real.
Well, that might be the case. And I guess we'll see, because obviously it's still only episode 21. So they have, but then again, at this time, you know, you had already given up on Revice. So we're doing okay.
Real good.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Real hard.
We're doing okay.
To be fair, though, around this time is also when I got back into Revice a little bit, because this is around the time we got like Holy Live and like that whole shtick, and then like the Genta stuff picked up a little bit. Like Vale showed up. That was around this time. I think I was like 24 when he showed up. So like that stuff did pick up a little bit, and I was like, okay, Revice can turn it around, and then they just shit the bed really hard. You know.
I mean, if we ever do a structured segment, I'm gonna do it on the Genta storyline of Revice, because I bro, you remember that I latched onto that to being the best part of that show. That is the only thing that got me through that show, because I bought into the struggle for Junpei. We'll call him Junpei. And then to learn how he became Genta, and to then understand that Genta is Junpei. You know what I mean? Like it's that.
It's his final form.
So much to say. I've got so much to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I if you guys go back, I did get very invested in that, and I want to go back and visit that with intention. I
did not. So that's all you, bro.
That's what I mean. So like that, like in this Geats, I've been enjoying. Even superficially, like just because it's big dumb action, I'm like, dude, this is dope big dumb action.
Yep.
But like now that they're introducing the intrigue and the layers, and it could all fall apart if they shit the bed. Like
it's kind of getting to where it's like they're juggling so many things. I'm afraid they're gonna drop all of it. You know what I mean?
So like you're saying there's a quote. His quote. Now time for the highlight. Mm-hmm. Did he always know that this was a show? Did he always?
I think he had an idea for a while. Maybe not always, but I think he figured it out eventually. And that's really why they wanted to stop him from being like a staff member or, you know, a game master. Which if he wins this one, he's gonna be a game master. So
see, that's like right now they have me bought in. I want this to be good. I want it to be as good as it could be. I'm just nervous. I'm
curious if he'll win this DGP and become a game master, and that's how they break the cycle. I think that might be how it is. I think he might actually get it, and then, you know, they're going to honor his win because they want to see what he's going to do for his games, kind of thing. They're curious what the master of the DGP is going to set up for his own DGP. So maybe that's when we get the back seat of Ace, and he deals with his fucking internal shit and figuring out whatever he's doing, flesh his story out, while Keiwa, Natsu, you know, the rest of the gang are all dealing with the actual DGP.
Okay, so here's your real question. When does Masuma take over?
Buffa?
When does Buffa take over?
He took over from the first episode. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, okay, if he's doing this Baron type of thing, what we think, project that. What is the goal there? Because his singular purpose is to eliminate the riders as a whole, and his situation right now dictates that he's
doing it from outside the DGP. I think it's kind of going to be he's going to be sort of outside the DGP,
trying to solve it. Okay, instead of being Pac-Man, he's trying to do it as the ghosts.
Yeah, and I think as collateral, they're going to reinstate him into the game. They're going to give him a new ID core, a new Buffa core. Because, you know, he's on the fringes right now, discovering a lot of things they don't want people to discover. So it's kind of the thing right now.
Who's they?
Exactly. Everyone fucking watching.
No, that doesn't. Okay, this is my point. Right now, I'm hooked. But they could fuck it up so bad. They could fuck it up.
Real bad.
Hope they don't.
Real bad. That's what I'm saying. No. They're starting a lot of threads. They're juggling a lot of balls, and I don't want them to drop any of those balls. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean,
like go back to
sometimes it's going to happen. Like, you know, Natsu's storyline may flop a little bit. You know, Keiwa's storyline may flop a little bit. But if the whole thing starts shitting the bed, it's going to suck, because I am actually really enjoying the season. So
yeah, we'll find out.
That's when you learn that his Buffa's final form is just a greatsword version of a fucking chainsword. So
I am struggling with forms in this season. Like I don't see a theme. So
yeah, they all kind of just seem to be like power-ups. Like I mean, they're all obviously video game power-ups, because that's kind of the whole shtick. But like
correction, yes, I don't see a rider theme per se.
Yes. Other than like animals as the fucking heads, you know what I mean? Like that's really the only theme we have going on. It's weird too, because like the power dozer fucking thing that he's been using the last couple episodes is like exclusively for the movie. I feel like just to use it for the movie and introduce it, and it's like, I mean, did we really need this? It's okay.
And then they only use the sword, right? Because I don't see them.
No, he goes through all three of them. He uses all. Yeah, he starts with a hammer, whips out the gun, and then the big finisher is the sword. So literally, it gets huge. So yeah,
why not?
Yeah, I'm expecting fucking Haseo from Dot Hack. I want his like second form where he has the greatsword. It's just the chain greatsword. That's what I fucking want.
Dude,
find a picture for you guys.
You want to throw back that? Jesus, who was it? Kite?
Kite was the original one. Yeah.
Kite. Yeah.
So I will put this in the Discord for you guys to check out, and I'll pull it up on the screen for you as well. This is what I just want fucking Buffa to be.
Whoa.
This is what I want. Just fucking chainsaw greatsword. Just change this all to purple, and that's Buffa's.
2.
Yeah.
2.
He needs 2 of them, yes.
He needs to power stance.
When he puts fever, he'll power stance it. Yeah.
And then all he does is he just jump attacks all the time.
Yeah, that's all he fucking does. He just Elden Ring fucking. I think it'd be fucking amazing if he's the first one to get like, this is a double buckle, and then he just puts like fever on top of it because fuck you. He just tapes it on there, and then he gets two of these fucking things. His belt just becomes this crazy like fucking cartwheel looking thing.
It just keeps spinning. It doesn't stop spinning. That's all it is. It's just he just turns into a pinwheel, and it's just a spinning pinwheel. Remember those fucking
like light things that spin and like write shit? That's what it is. His belt is just that, and it just is a big middle finger.
That's the proof. Oh my god! I accept nothing less. He needs that.
He needs it.
Fucking hey, fucker, you got me kicked. I'm an old man. You can't have me coughing like that.
It's a gift. What can I say? Oh man, Buffa is great. I don't know if you guys saw, but I think last week or the week before I was wearing my Buffa shirt. I got a new Buffa ID Core shirt. I don't know if I showed it to you. I posted a picture on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So if you guys want your own ID Core shirts, they have the whole main gang in there. You can go get them over on Team Riders store on Amazon. They have your boy Geets. They got KY. They got Natsu. They got the whole kit and caboodle, or at least the main ones. There was no Mary one. No. I was gonna troll and get Mary, but I had to support my boy first.
We'll get you the actual helmet.
I want the actual Mary helmet. I'm not gonna lie. I told you I would rock the shit out of that.
I know, but then again, we would rock any rider thing. Like
it's true. It's true.
Budo arms. That's fine. I'll put that on.
Sure, that's fine.
I'll be for you again. Michi did nothing wrong, right?
Listen, I am not Michi. He did nothing wrong. I'm just gonna start blasting. That's all there is to it. So I started blasting.
Yeah. It's because you.
That's how my fucking episode 1 opens up. It's like Kamen Rider Carl. So I started blasting.
Okay. So for those who know, we are doing our own project. I have not named the first episode.
Now you named it as a
I named the first episode. So I started blasting.
So I started blasting. Oh my god.
That works too.
Fucking love it. Oh, if you guys didn't see as well, speaking of that, we kind of made our own henshins. We made our like jingles for our belts and shit. If you guys want to check those out, you certainly can. I mean, I can just play them right now, I guess. Fuck it, why not?
Dude, I listen to mine a lot. It's not healthy.
I'm smugly impressed with mine. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you guys like? I think I can put this. Is this it? Maybe.
Let me see.
Nope. It's too powerful.
It's too powerful.
But it's.
I can pull it up. I think I have the post here on our Tokudon page.
All right, I can't post it on Discord. So, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I know everybody has like their own stuff. Like, Styx does helmets. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like, since we don't have those skills, we like the fact that I was able to composite and hodgepodge and create something that I had this fixation for. Like, you guys, I have a henshin sound in my brain, like how I want it to play, how I want it to sound, how Anzen should feel.
Yep.
And that was getting as close as I could get on my own.
Yeah,
because I'm not a sound guy.
No, so neither of us are. Weirdly enough, for having a podcast, neither of us are sound guys. I try my best, but we're not sound guys.
And thank God you do, because I don't try at all. So like, it's just the whole truth.
I put the link in the Discord to the little video of our fucking henshins. I did re-record mine, so it's a little different now. But I'm gonna play this for you guys. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah.
Right on.
Henshin. Rider. Invocation. Fuck yeah.
That's fucking dope.
And then Rob's is way shorter.
Rider system access.
Yeah, because I figure it's
lockdown initiated.
Tech.
Kamen Rider. Anzen.
There you go. That's that. So that's what we came up with. They are literally hodgepodges of various things. Some Kamen Rider sounds, some other Toku sounds, things like that. They are very much a hodgepodge.
But again, it was just like it came in a night where I was just like, I need to get this happening. Oh, hi. I need to make this happen because my brain just won't stop. And this is all for, like I said, a project that we're working on, our individual writers. So it's so, because it's personal, it's so much more rewarding, dude. Like, I'm like, dude, all I want is to make like more, like there's other characters that I'm cracking my head against. Like, you guys, have you ever seen a writer that has like a moon Nautilus theme? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm over here like, what would that sound like? What does that look like? Picture that in your
sounds
head,
like,
you know? like honestly, you know what keeps coming in my head, and I keep having to fight off the moon presence from Bloodborne.
Oh fuck yeah.
That I'm like, no, don't do that, because then it's just gonna become
that's all it
is. It's all it is just another it's a zone, or like the zoanthrope just fucking So yeah, but like it's more just because of this, what the difference is in just like, hey, can I pay you $1 million and do this project for me, and that's what they give you, versus, so this is what I want. How do I get there? You know?
Yeah, I struggle with that kind of thing personally, just because, and I know you feel the same way, because like I know just from doing commissioned work, I would be a terrible commissioned client for that sort of thing, because it's one of those things where they're like, okay, hand it over, and I just have like the death grip on it, and I'm like, yep, nope, here it comes, and it's like it's bleeding, like, and I'm holding on to it, and they're like, just let it go, just let it go, I got this, and I'm like, yep, but I gotta.
Listen, but then again, I'm glad that we're like that, because if I had originally gone with all the ideas that I had for Anzen, you know, when I was throwing shit together and like just dartboarding, if I had just gone with that first hype and like, yeah, let me just make this for me, I would be at this point so unhappy with his design that it would have been a waste, you know? Like, so it's a curse, but it comes with the benefit of, if you take the time to hammer out the nuances. I mean, you're not going to get it perfected, but as long as you're at the core happy with it, you're fine.
I fucking love my Kamen Rider. Like, it's all over the channel. You guys see it if you follow the channel at all. You should follow us on Twitch. And just in case you guys, if you're new here, you should hit that follow button. I know a lot of you guys did. I appreciate you. But it's all over the channel. You know, you see it on the Starting Soon. It's on Tokudon stuff whenever we posted, that kind of thing. It's not the dude in the corner right now, but you know, that's a different one. That's that's literally the Ramen Rider.
That's the Ramen Rider. That's Udo, the Ramen Rider.
Yeah, that's Udon.
Udo.
Yeah, like it's interesting too, right? Because like I always have a vision in my head, and then, you know, I hodgepodge it from things, but it kind of comes to also like knowing to just trust the artist sometimes. And I'm like, hey, this is what I want, and this is what I got. Ashmish designed my rider. They did a fantastic job with it. Literally, I was just like, this is the vibe I'm going for. This is the color palette. Help.
And that was his approach.
And that was his approach, and I fucking loved it. So here we are.
I was hounding him. I'm like, you know what if we do this? What if we do that? What if we do this? What if we do that? And I felt bad.
Rob literally sent me this fucking like board that was basically like a red string board, right? It looked like a fucking insane person. I swear to God, it looked like an insane person. It was just like, imagine an actual ransom note on a PowerPoint with pictures instead of letters. That's kind of how it was. And I was like, no one
coffee
understands.
Stains and other stains of unknown nature, like
somehow on an electronic document. Like, this is in like Google Drive, and there's somehow fucking coffee stains and like cigarette burn marks on it. I don't get it. I don't know how he did it. He doesn't technology. I don't know how the fuck he did it. But like, I was like, dude, no human can understand this.
No, and that, thank God, because that is the level of psychosis that I go to when I'm doing this shit. And it's like, but then again, with a little bit of, you know, patience and learning how to do it and figuring out what I'm happy with the most, and then relaying the trust over to the artist, because there's so much that, like, Anzen's initial design was this prison guard SCP type of dude, right? And now there's so that I have condensed all that to just like this pocket of the story that Anzen himself was where Anzen started as a thing for the story, I turned him into the writer for me. You know, and that was the difference breaker. That when I made that switch in my head is when I became a whole, like you see. If anybody who has access to this Tokudon file, you'll see me in there literally every day, like just tinkering this and that. But it's no longer like it's all just like fine tuning and sculpting, and it's just, this is the best part, because now that I'm writing, and it's just, and we need voice actors soon, guys. So if you guys want to reach out and hit us up for kind of anything like that, definitely. We have the need. We're always ready to provide that. No, Carl's super into the voiceover. I don't know, man. Like, I remember, like, we used to talk about it a lot. About doing it.
I've talked about making a reel for years. I just never actually like sat down and edited one together.
My direction now is like, I want to be the dude who's like directing the voice actors. Like, I want to work with you guys, because I was watching this special, and I'll make it quick. I was watching the special on Amy Hennig, and I know you guys know how I feel about her, but again, I was in that mentality where, like, that's what it was. It was never me doing the voiceover. It was never me being able to do because I don't have the range that I wanted, but I know how to bring it. I know how to pull it. I know where to go for it through the actor, and that's what I want to do. So, like, wherever this goes, that's where I want to end up with this. When we go to cast this and we go to do this, I want to be the guy who's helping you guys do this. I need a narrator too.
And I'm just gonna make fucking ridiculous voices and throw my voice out when I do.
That's what you do, and that's what I like.
When I do fucking snake monsters and throw my voice out for a week.
Shout outs real quick. Shout outs to Jem, who's been doing these projects that I see him posting all the time. And it's that kind of stuff. Like, it's not much, but you guys would be surprised the level of work that goes into it. But all it is just an expression of something that he wanted, and he knows how to do it, and it's that expression. So my idea is to create this story so that we can create it together. We can breathe the life into it. I can only take it so far, you know what I mean? So that's the
I can only do so many voices, guys. Like, I have two ranges. It's fucking cartoony as shit, or it's this voice. So that's my range, right? I can get deeper. I can get real fucking deep if I need to, but like, it gets cartoony, right? And I can't do the serious pro tag boy. That's just not my range. It's not my thing. So
you sure?
No,
we can save the day together.
No,
it comes out very 4Kids.
It's either very 4Kids. It's very like Johnny Young Bosch putting on his young voice, or it's fucking like Dante sounding like a child. So that's just weird for everyone.
That's a weird reason to kill somebody, because of the way I talk.
So those are my two. It's either the monster or the big gruff dude, which is literally my personality. So it's fine.
I think it's just down the road, you know, when we actually put the fins out there. I'm so looking forward to it.
We gotta find those files where I fucking did that voice for an entire afternoon, because I'm still proud of that one, the Bruce Bane voice.
Oh my god, the Bleach thing.
So Rob, for a little context, Rob did a Bleach fan film for one of our friends, and we like recorded a couple episodes of it just for shits and giggles. And I played a creature, and I literally spent like, it was the better part of like most of the day.
You played your character, you played that one, and you filled like 2 back rolls too.
It was like random ass dudes, like Walla fucking work kind of thing.
Walla basically.
It was basically Walla. But like the Bruce Bane character, it was like this snake thing, and I just like stressed the shit out of my voice, I remember. And I was like, I don't know how much more I can do.
I was like, okay, but try it with a little bit of more oomph with it.
And I was like, but it hurts. And you're like, just crying more.
I'm like, you're close. You're close.
You're almost there. Push it a little farther. I'm like, I'm coughing blood. It's almost there. It's almost there. And like, I'm literally spewing blood as I'm doing the lines. And he's like, that's it. That's the one.
That's it. You know what's fucked up? Because it reminds me of like the Hercules thing. Because I think we went with the takes where you were like already giving out.
Because my voice got like really raspy at that point, and that's kind of what you wanted, and I couldn't force it, so my voice just naturally went there. It was ridiculous.
I remember those.
But
days.
if we find it, maybe we'll put it on the Tokudon page or something. You guys can follow us on Twitter at Tokudoncast. But yeah, no, that was wild. I always, like I said, for years I've talked about making a voice acting reel and just getting into that more. I just have zero confidence and have probably mild ADHD that's undiagnosed.
Well, this is definitely probably the reality for the majority of our generation. Is just undiagnosed ADHD, so it's not a problem, bro.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I don't know. We'll see. There's you sent me that thing the other day. I think I'm gonna try that too. Just give it a shot. You know, I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't want to put shit
it's just something.
I don't want to jinx it. Let's put it that way.
Right.
But if something comes of it, I'll let you guys know. You'll be the first ones to know. But I'm gonna give that one a shot, I think. So
dope. Yeah. So let's get out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
All right. If you guys are interested in anything I'm up to, like I said, I'm always working on that Tokudon project. I'm also doing spooky stuff on the side with my own YouTube channel, 6 Echoes. You can check that out. Other than that, I'm gearing up for a bunch of Toku Minutes. So if you guys have ideas and suggestions for, things you want us to cover on those little topics, I'm losing my voice now. Holy shit.
Yep.
Go with these takes. These are the good ones. If you guys have ideas for that stuff, send them down the line. I'm always looking for stuff. Check out the Tokudon 6 Echoes on TikTok.
Yep.
_6 Echoes. That's where I post them all on TikTok. Other than that, you can catch me here with Carl on Sundays.
Yeah, and I don't go on TikTok, so you won't find me there.
I'll take care of it. I got it.
But you can follow me at Kaiju Carl on just about everything else. Yeah, because I don't know, TikTok just scares me, honestly.
It's a Mad Max war zone. So
yeah, like I love Mad Max war zones. I fucking live for that shit, but that I don't know if I can handle that one. That's like Mad Max, like the fucking Mad Max Fortnite DLC to me. I don't know if I can handle that.
It's a battle. It's a battle.
Yeah, it's something. But you can follow me at Kaiju Carl on all the other social medias. You can follow at Tokudoncast on Twitter and twitch.tv/Kaiju Carl if you're listening live. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. If you're listening in the future times in the audio or the YouTube, because we post it on YouTube too, it's Tokudon. You guys can head over to twitch.tv/Kaiju Carl. I am here most days of the week at this point. I'm here 4 days a week, so you guys can come hang out. Been playing a lot of Capcom games. We're going to kind of mix it up a little bit. I started going through Nier Automata again because I opened up that can of worms. So, yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's literally about 3 hours of me just yeah, there's not a lot of talking, I'm sorry, but we did have a lot of fun. We actually watched the anime. We tried something new and did like a watch party kind of thing on Monday. Nice. Where we all watched Ken and our buddy Mike, friends of the channel. You should go follow them. Twitch.tv/SmokinApes, twitch.tv/AkamaLook. You guys can go follow them as well. We all kind of hung out and watched the first 3 episodes of the anime just to find out that it was canceled.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because of COVID, it's on hiatus until further notice.
Oh, so it's done.
Yeah, okay. So it's like we'll get an announcement for the rest of it in like 2 years. But yeah, it was cool. So that kind of opened that can of worms. But we're gonna go through Mega Man X as well because I started that. Nice. We might finish the Sora's Wrath. I don't know. We'll see. That's a for me game, so I kind of get it. That's kind of like I'm really the only one who fucking likes that game.
That's not true, because I do enjoy watching him beat the shit out of a planet, so that's fun.
Right? Like we're at the boss fight where he fights August, the dude with the sword, and they cut the moon in half and like all that kind of shit. So
do you see how casually you just say how he cut the moon in half?
Yeah,
like, come on,
this is how I exist. In big, ridiculous, dumb anime.
All right, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
All right,
but
guys,
you can follow me there, and I got some other stuff hanging out on YouTube. You can follow me at Kaiju Carl on YouTube as well. There's gonna be some more videos coming soon enough.
Fucking hell yeah.
So have a good night, guys. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you stop by tomorrow if you're gonna come hang out on the channel. Deuces, yo.